How's it going? David from Comic Book Investments. Well, it's time for CovrPrice's weekly top 10 hottest comics of the week. This is basically where they show 10 comics that are trending right now. And me as a comic book dealer, I can give you kind of a different perspective on what I think is going to happen to these books long term for investment purposes. So make sure you stay to the end and I'll explain to you if you should buy these or sell them or what you should do with them or pass, who knows what. But let's run through each one and kind of pick them apart and see why they're even trending right now. All right, so first we got Philadelphia number 12. Now, the reason why this is on that list, this was on last week's list as well, but this is a Todd McFarlane non-spawn variant, which doesn't come up often these days. That's why it's kind of on this list. It has a 7-day trend of 241%, weekly raw sale top of $45, units sold 18. And if we go into it, we can see, now this is the Todd McFarlane cover. And we can look at it and we can see some raw sales data and see kind of like what's going on with this book, if it's really going up or if it's still dropping. As you see, kind of spiked here, and it looks like still a lot of units being sold. If we jump down here, we can see, let's see how much it's gone up. So the beginning of the month is around 10, 5, 10 bucks. Now it's selling for 30, 40, $50. So it looks like it's still trending up. But we'll keep an eye on this one and see how it goes. A lot of times with these variant covers is people get into them and that spikes the price, but then collectors move on to the next one. All right, number 10, we got Sonical number 2. This had a 7-day trend of 126%. Weekly top raw sale, $23. Units sold, 35. This was on the list last week as well. This is the first appearance of Jay Nakamura, which is basically John Kent, Superman's son's love interest. That's why this is on that list. And if we look down here, we can see, let's see some raw data, see what's going on with it, see if it's made any headway, if it's dropped or whatever. As you see, came up, went up. This is how much volume we sold every day of this particular book. So $133 in volume was sold. And it looks like it's kind of settled down. If we look at the beginning of the month, cover price, and where is it now? Let's see, when did it peak? It looks like $20 last, started this week kind of, and still around $20. So it hasn't really moved too much. But yeah. All right, number 8, we got Captain Marvel number 27. Now this has a 7-day trend of 176%. Weekly top graded sale 420, and then units sold 28. Why is this on this list? So, spoiler alert. If you don't want to hear any spoilers about Eternals, move aside. All right, I warned you. So, Eros, Thanos' brother, who is also called Star Fox, not the Star Fox from the Nintendo video games, is being played by Harry Styles, which is the guy from One Direction and the band. And so he appeared at the end credits scene. So what does that mean? He's probably going to be in future comic book movies. So, or they wouldn't have cast someone like Harry Styles. So if we look at some graded sales here, because it's old enough to have graded sales, you need to get this book. If you have it, get a book. If you have this book, make sure it's graded. All right, so if we look here at say a 9.6, it was selling for last year about $400. Most recent sales $700. If we look at a 9.4, not too long ago, that's not recent enough. Let's see if there's anything. Here we go. An 8.5 sold for $290, and literally look, 10 days before the news basically broke, it was $55. Look at that massive jump. That is a huge jump for that book. All right, moving on to the 7th spot, we got SheHulk number 6. This has a 7-day trend of 417%, weekly raw sale of $46, units sold 12. Why is this on this list? Well, basically, it's kind of a good cover with She-Hulk and Eros. Now, if you don't know about Eros, the Star Fox, he has the power to control people's emotions, which means he will bang them if he wants to. So he can make people fall in love with him if he wants to, and have his way with him. So, which will be interesting in today's climate, how they're going to make that work. All right, so if we look at here, this book went, it's been out for a little bit, and 2006, and, sells for like $5, $10, nothing special, and now it's selling for like, since the news broke, $50, $30, so going up in price. Number 6, we got Sonical number 1. Again, this goes back to the same thing. This is John Kent's coming out story or story arc. And if we look here, let's look at some raw sales. Most of these are going to be too new to have graded sales already. So that's why it's, you have to look at raw sales. Look at it, it looks like it's coming down. And this is good. This graph is good. The reason why is because you can see how much volume is being sold, which means how hot it is, how many people are actually wanting it. And when it has a small thing like this, it's like, not much demand. So supply and demand. Most recent sales around $20. If we went back a week or so ago, it's gone up slightly. Looks like before is probably around the $15 mark. So we'll see where that leads in the future. All right, number 5, we got Gun Honey number 1. And this was a second printing of it. And this was the first printing of it with Adam Hughes art. And so this one is a variant copy that's limited to 2,000 copies. So that's why this is on that list. Gun Honey's getting popular. And this is just a variant second printing. So low second printing. It's up 258%. Weekly raw sale 75. Units sold 23. Next, we got Warlock and the Infinity Watch. The reason why this is on here is because Adam Warlock has been cast. He's going to be in Guardians 3. And it's harder. If you want his first appearance when he was like him or whatever, when he was in the cocoon, you were looking at FF 66, 67. Then you got his first full appearance as Adam Warlock, which is Thor 165. Then you could go Marvel Premiere number 1, which is his first solo comic as Adam Warlock. All those very expensive. The reason why this is on the list is because it's much cheaper, much easier to get. Okay, then we got Superman Sonical number 2. Just another version of it, another cover version. All right, then we got Avengers. At number 2 spot, we got Avengers 232, 7-day trend of 416%. Weekly top graded sale of $950. Units sold 65, so this one's quite popular. And now we get the first full real appearance of Eros as Star Fox. So before he was not really Star Fox. This is when he's Star Fox. He joins the Avengers. And yeah, so that's why it's taken off, same as before. So first appearance of Eros as Star Fox. And if we look down here at a grade, I think I bought a collection of Avengers in this. I have to go through it. It's probably in there. Because you never really know. Like, people, it's so hard to know. Look at this, 9.8. Earlier this month, sold for $219. News breaks, you're looking at $700, almost $1,000. You go back to a 9.6. It was selling for $150 when just a few months ago it was selling for $70. So that's why this book's on this list. All right, last at number 1, we got World War Hulk. 7-day trend of 439%. Weekly top graded sale, $180. Units sold 68. Why is this on this list? I did a whole video about this. There's a rumor, speculation that they're making a World War Hulk movie. I don't buy it. If you watch my video, you'll see that I talk about it's like it wasn't by a reputable place, but this is the way the news works. One website or something breaks it. All the other websites are like, well, we can't be behind, so we'll just post it anyways. It doesn't matter if it's real, if the source came from a good source or anything like that. I don't see it because it says they're coming off. It's going to be, they're setting it up in the SheHulk TV show. The Hulk or Bruce Banner, Mark Ruffalo, is barely going to be in SheHulk. He's just going to be in bit parts. And if you know the reason why World War Hulk exists in the comics is because he went and did Planet Hulk. That got destroyed, and he was pissed. So how are you going to make him this level pissed where he destroys pretty much everyone and everything? I don't see it happening. This is just a rumor. Anyways, it's a cool book regardless. All right, so that's pretty much the top 10. Now I am going to give you what you should do with these books. Should you buy them? Should you pass on them? What should you do? Right? Long-term investing talk here. All right, World War Hulk #1. I don't think the rumors are true. So this is going to spike and it's going to drop back down when no headwind comes. Although, as a book itself, I still think it's a good buy because eventually this is such a popular series that eventually they're going to do some sort of version of this. I think it's going to spike right now, be really expensive. No news is going to come out, so buy it when it's cheaper. First, Star Fox. I think this is a great book. I mean, he was an Avenger, and he was an Avenger for a long time. So being Harry Styles, that might be his breakout role. Who knows? Sonical. So to me, this is, I guess, a buy. Make sure you get a top grade of this. All right, Superman Sonical #2. Most of these books never go anywhere in the future, so you can pass on that. Warlock Infinity Watch. If you're looking for an Adam Warlock and you don't have a big budget, sure, why not? But realistically, there's better Adam Warlock books that you should be getting into, especially for long-term investing. You need to save those pennies and dump it into a bigger book. Get like a Marvel Premiere 1, a Thor 165. So Gun Hunting 2, the only thing I like about this is it has a low print run of 2,000. That's about it. So that's what's up. Sonical #1, pass. SheHulk 6, pass. Like, other than a kind of cool cover, and there might be some tie-in between these two. I just, in like the SheHulk, TV show, I don't think so. Could be. How am I supposed to know? Other than that, it will get a boost then. But if you're looking at this in like 10 years' time, it's not going to be anything. Captain Marvel 27, first, full appearance of Star Fox. Well, not as Star Fox, sorry, as Eros. This book, I would say, yeah, this book is better than just She-Hulk, so sure, why not? Sonic Highway 2, pass. Philadelphia, pass. Why I pass on this last one is because, there's so many variant covers. Like, will this always be worth something because Todd McFarlane? Yes, always. But if you're trying to buy this as an investment for the long term, your money's better spent somewhere else. All right, that's top 10. Hope you like it. Let me know your thoughts, and have a good day.